Yeah, we are recording this. This is being recorded. So as you can tell, I'm actually in my car. That's a beautiful thing about this business, right? That you can do it from wherever you want. We've got in a very important competition training for my son. I'm literally in front of his jujitsu class. So I asked Mr. Kevin if he wouldn't mind that I do the first half of the presentation because he's got 3 competitions coming up in April. So that's one of the things that we're going to talk about here, ladies and gentlemen, is the fact of being able to build a business by design, right? We often talk about in this industry having too much month at the end of the money. I don't know about you, but I used to be in a position where I used to have too much month at the end of the money. And thanks to this beautiful industry, 2 industries, a direct sales industry and the network marketing industry. And if we can make sure that everybody's muted, that'd be great. There's some people that are off of mute, please. The direct sales industry and the solar industry is these are 2 tremendous industries that are creating a lot of 6- and 7-figure earners. And what we've done is we merged the 2 of them. So nowadays, being able to work from home, make a lot more money than what we need, and being able to bless other people at the same time is such a blessing. So with that being said, because of that, I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen, and I'm gonna start off this presentation. I highly recommend that you guys stick around for the next 30 minutes because we're gonna share with you what I believe to be some very valuable information. Here's what I believe about business. I believe that there's 2 opportunities that are given to us in our lives that can change our lives financially. I don't know if this is the first opportunity that you've been given or the second, but I guarantee you it's one of them. So I would highly, highly encourage you guys to take copious notes and pay attention and cut off all distractions, right? So give me 1 second. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So, here we go. Okay, so Build Network is the name of our company, and we are a direct sales company. Okay, and our philosophy is to help people not only build their mindset, but also how to build a business and how to build their network. And I truly believe I've studied a lot of very successful people. I made my first $1 million by the age of 30. I retired my mom by the age of 28 or 29. I've had the good fortune of being around some very successful entrepreneurs, and I can tell you that the mindset of $1 million earner is significantly different than the mindset of somebody else. And that mindset also allows you to build a very successful business, which will build your net worth. Okay, so a little bit about who we are. Build Network, we are a direct sales company and a community of like-minded entrepreneurs that have a few goals. And some of those goals, ladies and gentlemen, are to help people and bless people, not only our customers, but our consultants that work with us as well. But why build a business? I think right now, more than ever before, probably I dare say, more than any other time in history, ladies and gentlemen, it is a very good idea to start a business because nobody is going to come and save you. Entrepreneurship has always been a good idea. In my opinion, it is a must today. And why do I say that? Because when we look at the current financial crisis, debt crisis, layoffs, inflation, AI is taking over jobs, job displacement and recession, bankruptcies, interest rates. It is not looking good. And I don't know if people notice that, but you could look at fast food restaurants. There's McDonald's and there's all kinds of restaurants that are now 100% AI. People don't realize that the news doesn't talk about this as much because it just doesn't make sense. But here's one thing to consider. By 2030, ladies and gentlemen, life will be a lot different. And I believe that we have a short window of time to really take advantage. Not only that, I believe that we are in the best industry. We are in the modern day gold rush with what we're going to show you. And it's a perfect timing. And here's why. We live in the gig economy. People are already used to having a gig, whether they're driving for Uber or Lyft, or they have a Airbnb business, a Shopify store, whatever the case may be. People are used to that, okay? But here's what we look for in a business. And tell me if you think that these are some good things to look at in a business opportunity. Number one, we look for industries that have a big target market, but at the same time have a low market penetration. So there's a lot of people to sell to, little bit of people to compete against. Essential goods and services. For example, gas, electricity, water. These are essential goods and services. These are where we are. Industries that thrive whether the economy is good or the economy is bad. You know, there's some industries, ladies and gentlemen, that You're going to make money with them while the economy is good. I don't want that because the economy is not always good like it is today. I want an industry that thrives whether the economy is good or it's bad, right? So let's keep going. These are some of the services that we're going to cover here today, ladies and gentlemen. Number one, if you look at the left side of the quadrant, these are our high ticket sales. These are our direct sales products on the left. And then on the right are our network marketing and residual income services. We're going to cover everything here today. So first and foremost, let's go ahead and talk about solar. Why solar? Why get involved in the solar industry? Well, let's look at the size and the opportunity that we're looking at. There's 130 million homes in America that are connected to the dirty energy grid. Of those 130, 90 million qualify for zero down solar. That's less than a 4% market penetration. That means that there's 86 to 87 million homes that still need what we offer. Think about this. Why do I say that this is a modern day gold rush? Here's a reason why I say that. I want you to pay close attention. There was a billionaire that once said, if you want to get wealthy, identify where the masses are going and get there first. If you want to get wealthy, identify what is everybody going to buy in the future. Imagine this is 1990 and somebody was pitching you on the idea of cell phones. Most people in 1990 said, dude, cell phones, are you kidding me? Only doctors and drug dealers can afford a cell phone. That'll never work. But there were people that had vision that said, no, you don't understand. Eventually, everybody's going to have a cell phone. Well, guess what? They were wrong. Because now, everybody has a cell phone and a lot of people have two cell phones, right? Even kids have cell phones. That, ladies and gentlemen, betting against solar is like betting against the internet in the 90s. It's like betting against cell phone in the early 90s. This is the industry that the world is going to. Now, why solar for consumers? Well, you could save up to 50% on your electrical costs. Now, think about this. We're not selling a product that is an additional expense. You realize, ask yourself this question, how long have I paid for an electric bill? All my life. How long do you think you're going to pay that electric bill? All your life. And how often will that electric bill continue to increase over time? A few times per year. I'm in California. California went up 20% last year, the year before that, and they just announced that the first part of this year is going up another 10% in Edison territory. The utility rates are going to continue to increase. They could save 50% on an existing payment that has an end date now. Instead of paying electricity forever, how about you save up to 50% and that payment actually has an end date? There's zero money down options. There's no down payment. We also offer blackout protection. We're using some of our batteries. And the government, here's a clue if you are in the right business at the right time. The government just extended for the next 10 years for a 30% tax credit. The government wants to cover 30% of the cost. Not only are you going to save money, increase the value of your home, but the government wants to cover it. You know why? Because the grid is 130 years old. It cannot sustain us. They know that, and it'll cost trillions of dollars to replace it. So what do they want? They want you to be your own independent grid. They want you to produce your own electricity and be self-sufficient because the grid can't hold us, especially with all of these electric vehicles coming into the market. You immediately increase the value of your home, and it's also clean energy. Matter of fact, in 2022, somebody went solar every 44 seconds, and last year, every 49 seconds, somebody went solar. So it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. So what we're talking about here is we're talking about a legitimate career opportunity, right? Whether you want to participate in this part-time or full-time, right? This is a legitimate career opportunity. 90% of our sales are done via Zoom, or you might be somebody who says, listen, I don't want to sell. That's okay, you don't have to sell. You could simply refer your customers, which we show you how to generate, right? You already know a lot of homeowners, right? How many people do you know complain about their bill? How many homeowners do you know? How many people do you know that have a pool, that are buying an electric vehicle? Okay, you could simply refer those customers. One of our experts will present and sell the system, and you keep half of the commission, an average of $3,500 commission to you. Some of you guys want to take it a little bit more serious, and you want to become a mentor with our company. That's where you close sales for other people that are not a part of your team. Anybody in the company can select you to close their sales, and you earn 50% of the commission. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a gentleman here today that closed 23 solar sales in a 2.5 week period. The average commission on those split sales was $3,500. Do the math, 3,500 times 23. I'll give you guys a minute. Now, if you don't want to sell solar, you don't have to sell solar. We are offering people the opportunity to open up their own solar security brokerage, their own solar security business, so you can build a team and override those sales done by your team. Now, we use the best installer nationwide, Freedom Forever. They've been on the Inc. 5000 list 5 years in a row with over 13 years of experience, 150,000 successful solar installations, and they have the best warranty in the industry. We give our customers a 25-year production guarantee that not only comes from the manufacturer, but from our installer. If your system fails to produce what we contractually put in the contract, we will reimburse you for the difference. There is no better. Not only that, Freedom Forever does not use subcontractors. Most companies that sell solar, they use subcontractors. They hire subcontractors to do the job for them. Guess what? The subcontractor also is a sales organization, and they sell solar. Guess what? They prioritize their own solar sales, not the companies. We don't do that. Our installer only uses W-2 employees that have benefits, that have insurance, that this is their job and this is their priority, not their own sales, right? Freedom Forever covers 66% of the United States. These are some of the states that we're in, and we've just opened up Kentucky. Now, the question is here, ladies and gentlemen, what is it that you see here? Notice that most of the homes do not have solar. So when I ask, what is it that you see here? Here's the answer that came to my mind when I was asked this question. I said, opportunity. The majority of these homes do not have solar. I got started in the solar industry in 2020, right as 2 weeks after the worldwide pandemic was announced. 2 weeks after. In California. And I would look around and say, I don't have one solar client yet, but soon I'm going to have hundreds. Fast forward 3 years later. Okay, my team and I did 2,100 solar installations. Ladies and gentlemen, our company will do over 100,000 installations in the next 3 years and pay $850 million in commissions. That is the opportunity. Encore Solar is our solar division. So here's an example. When somebody works with Build Network in our solar division, Encore Solar, the customer in California, he had an average payment of $287 per month before solar. After we helped him out, go solar with zero down payment, we increased the value of his home. His payment went down to $148 per month. The commission on that was about $7,000. The customer on the right, this customer on the right is a Florida customer, and he was paying $410 per month. We were able to bring him down to $290 per month. Think about it. Anything that you're paying, let's say you had a car payment that was $410 a month. Would you rather that payment be $290? Not only that, it was $410 per month that was going to increase every single year, and it was never going to go away. The $290 was a flat payment, saved them money, flat payment, and it had an end date. One day you paid off like your mortgage, and you never have an electricity payment again. That was an $8,000 commission. So let's look at an average bill. Let's say that somebody's paying a conservative $150 per month for electricity, and that payment is increasing by 6 to 8% per year. That means that in 10 years, this customer is going to be paying $300 per month. That's a pretty penny. It doubled in 10 years. Let's not look that far. When I graduated from high school in 2001 in California, gas was $1.17. In California, gas is not $1.17 anymore, ladies and gentlemen. It's $6 to $7. In some places, $8. That was, in 20 years, what did it go up? It went up 5, 6, 7 times. Right? This is only a double at a 6 to 8% increase. Now, in 30 years, this same customer for the same electricity, for the same home, is going to be paying $1,500 for his electricity bill. 20 years ago, they would not pay $100, $150. They'd be paying under $50 10 years ago. Maybe $60, $70 at most. By us switching this customer to solar, we could bring his payment down, let's say a conservative $125. But we're saving them $171,000 over the course of 30 years. That is a tremendous opportunity. So it locks in their electricity costs for no money down, plus they get a 30% tax credit. Matter of fact, don't take our word for it. What did Warren Buffett say about this industry? Warren Buffett said that this here is the energy deregulation will be the largest transfer of wealth in history. That is the industry that we're in. Here's another clue. Not only is he a billionaire saying this, the richest man in the world is in this industry, the renewable energy industry. This is the time, right, for opportunities. And this is, in my opinion, the best kept secret in business. So, ladies and gentlemen, at this point, I'm going to pass it off to my partner who's going to present to you the compensation. How do we get paid? He's going to break down how we get paid. The company pays a lot of money. This gentleman here is the perfect person to talk about this because he's made multiple seven figures himself. Okay? And I could have added a couple more multiples. But more importantly than that, he's helped a lot of people make 6 and 7 figure incomes. He's built huge sales organizations. His team has done millions and millions of dollars in sales. He's got a huge heart. He's owned his own company, his own network marketing, direct sales company in the past. I am absolutely honored to be working with this gentleman because, in my opinion, he's a legend in the industry. And he's doing some amazing things. One of the top leaders in our company. With that being said, I'm going to pass it on to Mr. Kevin Marino. Kevin Marino, are you there?
I'm here. I really appreciate you going through that first part, and I think you opened a lot of eyes there. So I'm going to try to continue opening a few more eyes because, as some of you know, I'm the math guy, and I love doing the math part of it. Obviously, I love the quote as well by Warren Buffett because that's a man who knows his way around money, and we like to hang around with people who know their way around money. So one of the things that just to kind of understand where I was coming from and how I ended up working with JC and Bill and right through the initial launch and everything that we were doing. So you understand, I mean, I was looking at, I've been doing network marketing now for better part of 30 years. Actually a little over that, but we don't need to go there at the moment. And what I was looking at after taking a little bit of time off is getting back into it, building up a team. And I sat there and I started doing the numbers behind it. I said, I don't want to build a team of 50,000 people, 50 to 100,000 people to get up to 7 figures again. I said, I don't want to do that. I said, because here's the problem. The top few percent really make a significant amount of money. The next 5 to 7%, they make good money. And the next 20%, they make gas money. And the 70% below that, they don't make any or they lose. And I said, I don't want to go through those numbers again. I want something that's really going to be good for everybody that gets involved, that we can really bring something to something. So I went looking high ticket, and I ended up chatting with JC. We started talking solar. I have a little bit of history with solar. Obviously, he's got a great history with solar. And as we started talking about it, I said, this is amazing. And here's why. When I started sitting down and doing the numbers, we're going to go through some of them right here. But I want you to keep this number in mind. If somebody gets involved with Bill and is able to bring one deal to the table this year, they'll be in profit. Now, you can't say that with any other network marketing company out there. The fact that they put together an amazing hybrid, that we're going to talk about some of the comp here. This amazing hybrid is bringing to the table the ability for everybody, not just the top few percent, but even the 70%. I mean, the 20% that were doing gas money is a lot more on the table than gas money. And the 70% that was breaking even or losing, one deal in profit for the year. Let's go through this. So, on any given deal that somebody brings to the table, gets sold, is getting ready to be installed, you're looking at an average profit for the company of about $10,000. And JC mentioned that we pay out about 85%. Well, 70% goes to the people who brought the deal and closed the deal. If you're that person that has done both, that 70% goes to you. So it's an average of $7,000. So here's a quick breakdown for you. $30,000 project, baseline of 20, leaves a commissionable amount of 10, 70% goes to you. The 30% that remains, that $3,000, half of that goes to the company, and half of that goes to overrides for the team leaders who are helping to build the teams and help people. Now, mentoring sales. As people come in and get started, we always let them know, don't worry, you don't have to know how to close these deals right out of the gate. The first 3 deals, at least, are always going to be done with a mentor. A mentor is going to help you close the deal and make that sale and go through. And the beauty part about that is, as a mentor, you get 3 training deals. So think about this, all right? As you close, you work with a mentor, get your three done. You can work on your own, get the next 5 done. You can then complete the company certification and become a mentor and start to split the deals as you help to close them with other folks on your team. Okay, so here's a mentor sales example. So if you help 4 consultants close their first 3 deals. Now, one of the gentlemen that JC mentioned earlier helped more than 4 people close an average of 3 trading deals. So, I mean, he's done 23 in the last 2.5 weeks or so, which is absolutely amazing. But just at 12, all right, at an average of $3,500, so remember the $7,000 on average gets split between the mentor and the person who brought it. Well, you're looking at that point in time about $42,000 in commission. And that, again, folks, that's on average. Sometimes it'll be a little more, sometimes it'll be a little bit less. Zig said it best. I mean, you can get anything you want in life if you help other people get what they want. Well, that's the whole point here, is to help people to get what they want, to help them get to that finish line. If they bring the deal to the table, we help them get it sold. If you know, whatever part of the deal that they can work with, we'll help them with the other part. Now, as you're bringing folks to build, they're going to be on your first level, and your override is going to start at 20% of, and that's where when I mentioned that 70% goes to the selling, and the 3,000 that's left, the 30% or the 3,000, that example we were doing, 20% of that, okay, or approximately $600 in this particular instance, would go to the person who brought the deal. So if I recruited Calvin went out and got a deal. Calvin brought that deal to the table. JC was his mentor, and the 2 of them worked together to get that deal done. Boom, they get it done. Well, guess what? They each split the 7, and I get $600. Why? Because I get an override on Calvin's business. That, folks, is amazing. So everything on the first level, as you bring them in, are all going to be 20% initially. As you start to grow and you have at least 10 installs between a couple of lines of pay, all right, at that point in time, you're going to move to a manager and start getting 30%. In that particular scenario, I would have got, if I were a manager when Calvin made that sale, I would have ended up with a $900 override. Now, here's the cool thing. At that point in time, we also start getting it on however many people are in Calvin's team, and whatever they're doing, I start to get a 10% override on that. As I grow to director, because I've increased my number of installs in a 60-day period, or executive or national, the commissions, the overrides continue to increase. As the top 2 levels, you also get qualified for company-wide bonus pools. Now, I'll tell you what, as we start to grow as a company and really put in a significant amount of deals into the pipeline, you're going to see these bonus pools really having some significant dollars. So let's just give you a little illustrative of what a manager is and the override that I was talking about. So again, if I'm here and I recruited Calvin and I recruited Ryan, they're there, they go out, make some sales, I'm going to pick up a 30% override on those folks. Well, guess what? And any of their people on their team, I'm going to pick up a 10% override. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. As a director, I jump up to 35% on them, and the differential, I'm picking up 15% on their team. Folks, this really you can start to see where the overrides really start to add up quickly. So here's a couple examples. I'm going to give you two examples here. One is a team, an executive director team with 25 consultants who are 25 people who are major go-getters. They get out there, they get it done. They're looking at, at least going solar on average of 1 a week, 4 for the month. You got 100 deals coming in. 20 are your level 1, 80 somewhere else in your team. The approximate overrides from that, you're looking at approximately $60,000 in override. Now understand, you as the executive director in this scenario has not even made a personal sale of yourself. You've built the team, they're going out doing their job, you're helping them, you're overseeing them. You're looking at an override approximately of $60,000. Now, that breakdown, about $24,000 first level, and from the rest of the folks in there, we've actually cut it back a little, kept it conservative. It's about $36,000. Now, take that to the next one. A totally different scenario. You have about 200 consultants on your team, and out of those 200, only half of them go out and do one on average in that month. It's still 100 deals, still 20 of them coming from your first, 80% coming from the rest of your team. Guess what? It's the same override, it's the same breakdown. So it's amazing when you sit here and you look at what's going on, whether you're someone who wants to build a team that goes door knocking, or you're a networker who wants to build teams of people all over the country in many different markets. You have the ability to make some significant overrides, even if you're not in a market, especially if you're not in a market that you can't make personal sales yourself. And we have a couple of those folks that are just starting to tear it up right now, building teams. Now, what would it take for you to start your own solar business? Think about put together the marketing, the CRM, the operations, the sales materials, the accounting, and working on the relationship with installers. Folks, it would take not only a ridiculous amount of time, it would take a phenomenal amount of money. And then from that point forward, you would have to start building and growing that team and going from there. You can skip all that with Build, because they've done all that. We can just totally jump in and start to build with them. We can start to build with them, and they have all the infrastructure in place. They have the technology in place. They have the relationship, the marketing, the CRM, all the operations and the customer service. We are plugging into a business that enables us to go out there and not spend our money putting together redundant systems that we need, but instead Build has put them together so we can build a team all across the nation and plug into one infrastructure. There. Additionally, we have at our fingertips home and business security with ADT. I'll tell you, one of the top companies in security anywhere across the nation, home, businesses. They have the reputation out there for getting it done, having just amazing, professional installers, great customer service. So these are things that you want to be able to, as you're talking to people about solar, this is a natural add-on. If you're talking to people about ADT security, solar is a natural add-on. So they go really well hand in hand, talking a number of services ranging from $50 to about $65. And the commissions average $400 to $700. And they're paid next week. So again, very, very quick, nice size commissions on these. Now, if you're a customer, you're like, hey, listen, this is really cool, but I'm not into making money, but I would really kind of like one of these systems on my house. Hey, no problem. Get back with the person who put you on this call. They'll help you get a system your lead put into the lead system. We'll help you get glass on the roof pretty quickly, and you'll be all set, ready to go. If you're looking at it going, hey, listen, I'm crazy busy, I wouldn't mind referring a few people to you. Let's say I'm a real estate agent or something like that, mortgage broker. I got a crazy busy business right now, but man, people talk to me about solar all the time. Don't know if I want to build a solar brokerage, but I would love to pass you some referrals and earn $500 to $1,000 for each referral that I pass along who goes solar. So get back to the person; they'll hook you up with the affiliate position, get you in place, so you have the ability to just throw a lead in there. It'll go right to them, and they'll help to close those folks. Some of you are looking at this, going, "Hey, listen, I want to get started here. I want to be a consultant. I want to start my nationwide business. I want to be able to do security nationwide. I want access to the tech, the trainings, everything that Bill's put together." And I understand it's a $149 one time, and then starting in month 2, it'll be $49 a month. But there's more. Look down there, you see refer for and pay no more. Folks, as you start to build, as you're building your team and other people are coming on as consultant as well, once you have 4 in the system, you don't pay the $49 monthly. All right? That is some of the really cool stuff. You still have access to everything, but you don't have to keep paying the $49. So what I'm going to say is that was awesome, everything you've looked at so far. But in the infomercials where they talk about, but wait, there's more, folks, the Smart Money Club membership, the financial mastery, learning, getting credit repair, tax planning, being your own bank, tax-free retirement, and on the business side, the business mastery, learning what entity you should have, how to set it up, how to protect it, how to establish corporate credit, access to capital. It doesn't have to be this business. You might have a brick and mortar business and you need access to capital. This teaches you how, where, when, why, and how much you can do. It also talks about and teaches you the good versus bad credit. This is part of the Smart Money Club. Guess what? There's also a rewards membership that gives you rewards and savings over 50,000 restaurants, over 150,000 retailers, 850,000 travel providers. You're looking at average savings about $3,000 per person who utilizes this throughout the year. Use it. It will save far more than it ever costs you if you just utilize it. I've used this a lot over the years. I always comment, I've been with this company since those numbers were much smaller, like 10,000 restaurants and about 50,000 retailers, and back when they barely had any travel at all. So it's exciting to see how much they've grown, and I'm glad they're working with Bill, because there's so much that you can utilize via their platform. Now, the dual team bonus, and you see a $99 a month there. I want you to understand that is not $99 additionally on top of the $49. And for just simplicity's sake, I want to jump here for a second. Builder, I'm going to come back to Builder in a second. The Builder position, $199, $99 a month. Also, you'll see at the bottom, refer for, pay no more. It includes the solar, the security, all the tech and trainings, the membership rewards, the Smart Money Club. I mean, it's got everything built in. But what it also does, so it's a $50 bump on a monthly basis, but again, refer for, pay no more. That $50 bump also, that membership purchase gets you into an additional bonus, a dual team bonus. What is that dual team bonus? Well, some of you have seen it before, kind of like a binary, it's a little different, but you're looking at 10 left, 10 right, $500 monthly residual, not a one-time. It's a monthly residual, $25,000 monthly residual. You can see how far that goes up. You can see it gets up to a $250,000 monthly residual. Folks, I don't care who you are, that's some serious money. All right, that there, right? That's yes or yes, that's serious money. I mean, I think we're there. There's a significant amount of money that's in check match bonuses on generationally. I'm not going to get into that right now. There are also fast start bonuses that I'm not going to get into right now. So everything you've seen, those massive upfronts, the serious overrides, the dual team is only part of what's available here at Build. So most of you are looking at this going, I'm in, Builder. I'll tell you what, it was funny because I was talking to a couple people on the phone today, and they're like, what does it take to get in? Oh my gosh, I'm telling them about the different parts. Like, oh, what does it take to get in? And And I kind of made sure I just got a lot of the pieces in. They go, what does it take to get in? I said, $199, $99 a month. They're like, fine, we're in. What do I have to do? Because I mentioned the 4 pay no more, and they said, what do I have to do? I heard pay no more. How do I do that? I said, just have to refer 4. I said, obviously don't stop at 4, but let's get you to 4 first, so you pay no more, and then we'll work on helping them do the same thing. Folks, that's our building block here. If we work at doing that building block, it's simple. Get yourself in as a builder, work, refer people, bring them to these calls, these Zooms, get them on the phone with the leaders, let us go through the information with them, let's help you get those first 4 started. Now you pay no more. Guess what our job is next? Now we go help them do the exact same thing. That's the simplest, easiest building block that I've ever seen. It's just simple and straightforward. Let's get it done. This company has a significant amount of recognition that's getting ready to start coming out. But I'll tell you, and I know JC couldn't hold back with giving some of the recognition that was very much due to Jabari out there this past week, because he's come out of the gate swinging. I mean, I've never seen anybody come out in the first month that a company is live and earn some of the money he's earned in that first month. Amazing job. Great job, Jabari. There'll be a lot of incentive trips. Looking forward to traveling with all of you, having a good time, basking by the beach. That's always fun. And of course, you gotta get a little jacket here and there. All right, we'll get a little Players Cup jacket or Builder Cup jacket. And then everything wouldn't be complete without really tying in a major cause, because this business has just a great cause that they're working with, and it's Create Purpose. And Create Purpose is an orphanage who takes in, obviously, orphans, but it doesn't just feed them and house them until they're ready to age out and get into the workforce, get into the real world, as it were. They teach them skills, life skills, just skills that they can, in business and everything that's needed for them to not only get into the marketplace, but thrive in the marketplace. So it's a phenomenal cause to be involved with. I'm very excited to be part of it. I'm looking forward to meeting some of the guys who actually run it. And with that, I want to say thank you for joining us tonight, because I'll tell you, I love doing this because we have so much fun and see so many new faces. We see some returning faces on occasion. But I'll tell you, the nice part is people are out there getting it done. What are they doing? They're getting started as a builder. They're referring people, getting their referring for, so they pay no more. And then our job now is to help you, because if you're the new folks, our job is to help you do the exact same thing. We're here twice a week, Tuesday night, Thursday night, depending on what time zone you're in. On the East Coast, it's 8 p.m. On the West Coast, 5 p.m., obviously. On Tuesday night, immediately following this, at the top of the hour, there's a Spanish version. All right, that's either done by JC himself or by Mr. Daniel Papenko. And I'll tell you, these guys, folks, we're here to get it done. I'm enjoying working with this company because they get it. They understand it. They've been in our shoes. They look at how to set this company up, how to get it working, how to train from our point of view. And I'm telling you, you're dealing with 4 people in ownership who are phenomenal trainers. They're good recruiters. They're phenomenal trainers. They get it. They understand it. They're here to work with us and help us get it done. And with that, folks, phenomenal job tonight getting butts in the seats. Tuesday night, invite. Same bat time, same bat channel. Just get the butts in the seats. Let us do what we do to help you out. And if you need anything between now and then, give us a call. We're here to help and help you grow your business. With that, have an amazing evening. And again, thank you for joining.
Nice job, Kevin.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin. I'll give you a call tomorrow, buddy. Great job.
Thanks, guys.
Good job, Kevin.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Great job, sir.
Have a good night, everyone.
All right.
Anamonicana.
You what?
Anamonicana.
I don't know what that means.
You never watched the Three Stooges?
Maybe years ago.
Yeah, that's when it was, years ago. Larry, Curly, and Moe.
Oh, okay. Well, I was gonna reach out and see, and if he had any questions, I wanted to see about connecting him. If you were gonna be up, I didn't know if you're heading straight to bed or what.
Do we have somebody to talk to, you're saying?
Yes.
Who is he?
Jason, the guy who I told you did the rainbow canvassing.
Okay, what's
brother's
his
very
name?
interested in Webster
What's his
College.
name?
Jonathan. He just was on the opportunity call.
He was? Jonathan was on the call?
Uh-huh.
Very
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, Roz was too, which is somebody else I invited, but I saw that he signed out of there before the call was over.
Okay, so
So-
you should have, I really wish that you, next time that you have people on that you see, you need to email me, or not email, but Skype or whatever, so I can see it on WhatsApp. Let me know that they're on. Yeah, let's
Okay,
get
okay.
John on the phone right now.
Okay, all right. Let me. I don't.
You want to get him to my Google
I
Meet?
don't know that if I have a phone number.
You don't have his phone number.
Okay. Yeah, I have his phone number.
Okay, what's his number?
Hold on.
I think our Thursday night meeting was really good.
Yeah, I liked it much better.
And I
today,
think this
yes.
opportunity meeting we just got off of was really good.